People who fix computers for a living. What is the weirdest thing you've found on someone's computer? Worked at a retail store that fixes computers for a summer in college. This one guy brought in his computer for us to wipe or put an antivirus on or something. There was only one folder on his desktop. It was named Spank Bank. Naturally, I opened it and it was exclusively pictures of John Deere tractors. No PP whatsoever. The dude had to have done it just to troll us. It worked. The weirdest thing I found in someone's PC was a group of like 5 to 6 lizards that were living in the case. Cold-blooded creatures found a warm box to live in. It was going great till one of them peed on the graphics card and shorted the card, killing it and the lizard. A semi-truck track racing website wherein the individual I was assisting was logged into a paid/premium account. I looked it up and it's something like $20 per month to access unlimited live streams of competitive semi-truck track racing. I'm used to finding ducked up PP. That's pretty commonplace, but I've never met anyone into competitive semi-truck racing to a point where they'd pay monthly to watch it. The most hilarious thing I found was when I was fixing a friend's laptop. He had a shortcut to his desktop on his desktop. Edit. Some people here are thinking it was a shortcut to the folded desktop. It was not. It was literally a shortcut of the Go to Desktop feature. Meaning if you double clicked it, it would just minimize everything and show you the desktop, or if you were already in it, reopen all windows. So pretty useless. It was a laptop, so no double monitors or anything like. Had a good laugh when I saw it. A folder filled with photos all labeled with dates, just of what seemed like the same weird pigeon crossbreed or something. It was the lifespan basically of this bird. I was absolutely stunned. I only looked through the folder cause he said he'd be okay with me factory resetting the PC as long as I saved this one file. There were so many photos, like a picture a week for like a maximum of 5 to 6 years. Had to throw it on 2 of the USBs we had due to the sheer amount of photos. Not a computer, but I used to repair printers for a small company in Southern California. Most of the time I'd get calls to offices to service their workhorse printers, but occasionally I'd get a call to a private residence or home office. A woman greeted me at the door of this particular private residence call and walked me into her office to take a look at her inkjet printer. On the way through the house, I noticed that the woman's dress matches the decor of the house, magenta top and black pants. Then I noticed that everything in the house matches, but there are only 3 colors: black, white, and magenta. She takes me into the home office, where she explained that she was concerned her printer was infested. I responded along the lines of infested. By what, do you suppose? Her response? Dust mites. Printer wouldn't power up, so I asked if she had the manual for the printer. She did, and proceeded to open a drawer, pull out one of about 3 dozen plastic bags in said drawer, and pull out the printer manual from within. Every document this lady had was in a plastic bag. She was pathologically afraid of dust mites. I took one more look at the printer and was easily able to tell what happened after looking inside it and seeing large discolored areas. She had set off a bug bomb inside her printer to try to kill whatever dust mites may have been in it. Recommended new printer. I didn't really find it, but I had a guy with 2 MacBooks full of viruses. He told me right off the bat that he watches loads of PP on them. Definitely wore gloves for that one. It's not surprising to find PP on a PC. What is surprising is having a well-known judge turn his MacBook in for repair and finding nearly a terabyte of tentacle PP on it. A dampy blade, like how did it even get there? Linus Tech Tips found a crack pipe in a PC case once. Good times. Edit. My most upvoted comment is literally just a crack pipe. The most disgusting thing I've ever found in someone's computer was not their goat hentai collection. It was, rather, a computer that had been used in a small enclosed office, where smoking was not allowed, but where the user did smoke, regardless of what was allowed. You know how, when you take the filter out of a clothes dryer, there's a sheet of lint on it that you peel off? Yeah, now imagine that, only it's made of oily, woolly sweater lint cemented together with brown tar and grey ash point with the smell of agad ashtray. Your typical 2000 era tower PC has a number of cooling fans, for instance. On the power supply, the CPU, the video card, and sometimes one behind the front panel, especially on machines with multiple 10k RPM hard drives. None of them are designed to work through a layer of gunky, sticky tar. The goat hentai thing is made up. A whole terabyte of PP scattered throughout every folder of his computer, and he was such a nice, unassuming old man. Apparently there is a PP star called Jugs Bunny. I was helping someone find a file for some reason where I work, and they had a folder called Steak PP. My curiosity got the better of me, and I opened it. It was filled with pictures of raw steaks. I work in it, so of course that means I'm its support for all my family. One day about 8 years ago my brother phoned me to sort something that his son has done. The convo goes a bit like, bro, can you swing by mine and have a look at the house PC? Me, sure, but it probably won't be till tomorrow. Bro, can you come round now, cause Chrissa has been on the internet and one of the sites has put an icon on the desktop and I can't get rid of it and it needs to be gone before his mum comes home from work. Me, really? Haha, I'm on my way. I get to his house and he can't keep a straight face. How bad is it? I ask, but he just points up the stairs to where the PC is. I sit down in front of the PC and turn on the monitor, and I'm greeted by an icon in the middle of the screen. harrywomen.com. I nearly pissed myself laughing. Before you all ask, no. I did not click on it. I removed the icon and my bro still chuckle about it. What made it even funnier is that years later my nephew realized that he is gay and thought it was hilarious when I jokingly asked if it was this site that made him gay, lol. Many years ago now. Was copying over person's pictures to a hard drive as she requested before it was to be rebuilt. I wasn't looking at the screen, but glanced over to see the progress, and that's when I saw dozens of photos of this woman's vibrator. Nothing XL. Just had it in various places. The weirdest was seeing it in bed and covered up and tucked in with just the tip poking out on a pillow. She was embarrassed as duck, her face as red as a tomato, and all I could say was, it's okay, I see weirder things all the time. This is nothing. I never told anybody at work about it. Worked for a school district when I was younger, and one of the kids put gum inside of one of the lab computers. Okay, not strange for high schoolers, but the gum drew in so many ants that the machine lit on fire and caught a cabinet it was right next to on fire. Opposite scenario, had my laptop fixed, and it came back with a folder labeled MILF PP that had definitely not been there before. I find gay PP on straight guys' computers more often than you'd think. Some of these guys are family and friends' computers that I have fixed. I wonder if they are gay or just curious, but some guys have lots of it. I don't care, and I never say anything, but it's probably a good idea to save that stuff to a thumb drive or something. Also, there is at one time I found a photo of my cousin giving some other guy a BJ. I have never told him about it, but he has to know I saw it. Co-worker with a business laptop. I had to clean everything, wipe it. My boss told me to take all the files and put them on a HDD over 100 naked selfies with his shaft out for some gay dating websites. I never looked at him in the eyes ever again. The employee was over 64 yo. He got fired the same day. He was using the laptop to go on the kind of free live webcam websites during his shift. He was jerking off and using the laptop at work for those websites. 4 years. Gross. Used to do desktop repair at my uni for students. Dude brings in a laptop that won't boot. Tried to power it and instantly overheats and kills power. Pulled it apart and there was a peanut in the fan blocking it. Didn't make a sound till we flipped it. Another time an elderly woman came in, said Windows 8 was broken and wanted to upgrade to Windows 7. So I go through my process of checking why it's broken. Ran a scan and found 2,200 malware infected files and potentially unwanted programs. Pups. She stops back by and to check in. I have her test it. It's faster but still broken apparently. Create image, installed 7, kept the password the same, and all is well. 2 months later get a call it's not working. Apparently she didn't use it for 2 months and forgot the password. By far the worst though is the time someone brought a tower in and it was coated with cigarette smoke and cat urine. We said no. A friend of mine in college, knowing I was studying computer engineering, frantically contacted me one Saturday morning because of trouble with his laptop. He sheepishly revealed, after arriving at my place, that he had drunkenly passed out mid-jerk in his bed while watching PP on some sketchy websites. He had awoken to his laptop locked on a screen with an FBI warning, which stated he had been caught accessing illegal graphic material, and which also included a screenshot of his horny drunken face in the center of the screen. The warning demanded he contact some number or otherwise the authorities would arrest him. Since the laptop was provided by the school, he was too embarrassed to go to the school given the circumstances, so he asked if I could remove the virus. It was a bit tricky to remove since rebooting would just return directly to this warning screen. Ultimately had to reboot Windows into safe mode and that bypassed the warning screen. Then I just had to do a backup restore to an earlier day. To this day, though, my friend considers me a computer wizard for sparing him the shame of sharing with the school his drunken jerk-off face embedded to an FBI virus scam screen. You've been visited by the safety doggo. Like this video and subscribe. You've been visited by the safety doggo. Like this video and subscribe. You've been visited by the safety doggo. Like this video and subscribe.